Welcome everybody to day 2 of PGX 2025. I'm your host Travis Orr. I'm so excited to be here. Again, for those of y'all not here this year, you're missing out. I really hope to see you next year, but we're bringing you the best that PGX has to offer, a little sampling of what you might be able to enjoy here. I'm here with my co-host today.
Hey, Tom with Guys Games Beer, and you can tell Travis has been here too long because it's not day 2, Travis.
It's day 3.
It's day 3, Travis.
I don't know. Time. All right, the time in the Worm Slayers, man.
I know, has kind of taken it away, but we are here with
Brian of Pittsburgh Gaming Expo.
and
Mike from the Pittsburgh Arcade Collective.
so, guys, if you watched the show last year when we were doing live streaming from here, Brian had a lot of great insight into what it takes to put something like this on, and we want to see.
This is the absolute backbone of the show right here. This is the people that make it happen, that bring the experience together. You wouldn't see all the wonderful arcade games, the consoles, the people enjoying themselves if it wasn't for the people sitting between us right now. So cheers to that.
Cheers to that, gentlemen.
We've seen the blood, sweat, and tears.
Oh yeah. Oh yes, we have. All right, so let's start with how's it going this year?
It's going great. It's going great. Attendance is really strong. Everybody seems like they're having a really good time. The arcade has been steady the entire weekend. The cosplay contests on both, well, today's is about to come up, but yesterday's was absolutely packed. Every part of the show is active. I even had exhibitors mention to me at like 11 o'clock this morning when the doors open. They're like, okay, I knew that you said that your show was going to be active on Sunday. I didn't expect it to be this active on a Sunday at 11 a.m.
Serious.
So, yeah, no, it's been a great weekend. Our team is absolutely killing it, too. Smoothest front of house operation I've ever seen for the show.
Doubly so. We see so many conventions. Again, your staff. Again, they have it together. They're so courteous and kind. We love to check in with everybody. Again, they're really, again, the grease that keeps everything rolling.
Yeah, they are.
Nothing but the highest praise.
Yeah, but everything's going great. We launched a lot of new offerings this year at the show, and everything's going. We launched our own tabletop RPG awards show, the Arrow Awards, just a little bit ago with Baron Durop, and it was great. Short little segment. Everything's going really well.
So to tell you how busy, I'm sure you guys saw the pictures from last night. There was a queue waiting to get into Steel Battalion. We probably moved about 500 people through those rigs yesterday. So, holy cow. We were swamped yesterday, dude. You saw those pictures. I mean, literally, the line is all the way back to where they were doing they had the speakers behind us waiting to get into Steel Battalion yesterday. That's the kind of crowd we had yesterday. And it just all day. I mean, we just went from session to session to session to session.
And again, it was so cool seeing, again, the floor, again, the console, and again, our neighbors here at the arcade. Again, there's just people like watching people play pinball and these shooter games, and I think it's really cool shared moments like that. I think that it really make a show, right? Like that there's nothing that replaces playing stuff together in person.
Absolutely.
And again, I absolutely cannot compliment the choice of arcade games here today. And okay, so Pittsburgh Arcade Collective. What are y'all about, and how did you end up bringing this phenomenal lineup to the show?
So the Pittsburgh Arcade Collective started back in 2021, and the idea was just a bunch of arcade and pinball collectors and enthusiasts. You didn't have to own a game, but the idea of being able to come together online. We basically started on a Facebook group and made a web page, but exactly what you said. The idea is that games are more fun when you play them together. And nowadays it seems like, a bunch of us have arcade or pinball games in our house, and a lot of times you're the only one standing in your arcade playing a game. And while that's fun, it's a lot more fun when there's somebody else with you. And I said, well, why don't we just create a little group where we're all the collective of folks that want to do this, and then we can all kind of hang out together and do that. And it just has, since 2021, has grown consistently and spiraled, and that's why things like this happen, because everybody brings their machines out here, and quality over quantity this year as well, because we're packed to the gills. So we said we had another probably 30 or 40 games we could have brought in, but we said we don't have anywhere to put them, so so we'll bring the best of the best.
Okay, but that is not a bad problem to have.
No, it's a good
when you can curate and say, yeah, we got this, but space. We don't need to bring everything. Well, like you said, bring the best of the best. Oh, and so like the Arctic race over there?
Yes.
Oh my God.
Yes.
Okay, that goes with the best of the best category.
Oh, of course.
First of all, it's one you probably haven't seen before, and we are in this industry, so it's not one you see often. And oh my God, it's brilliant.
For your viewers, it's the Arctic Thunder Deluxe. So when you sit on it's bigger. When you sit on it, and it has like a fan, so it like blows cool air on you because you're supposed to be riding a snowmobile. And stuff.
Yeah, and the rumble jet on it.
Yeah, I'm gonna get the rumble jet. Yes, it's very cool. It's very, very
All right, I have to say again, we take games all across the country. Again, but the logistics of getting all these machines on site, again, I'm sure is a lot of pre-planning and a lot of effort between that. What's your guys' ramp up to getting a massive amount of games in a show?
That's a great question.
That's a fun process.
Oh my God. It is day 3, and if I look very tired, it's because I am very tired.
Fair, and you still have to load out, so I am so sorry.
Yes, that's okay. We're used to it. But no, it really starts usually 2 or 3 months out. We'll build a pretty big list of like what games people are willing to bring and what we're gonna have, and then at that point I start trying to put them onto a floor plan. I just work with a floor plan and I put little tags on stuff of like, okay, this could go there, this makes sense here, or whatever, and it goes through dozens of iterations.
Well, no, and we like the way you curate this. You guys really take a lot of time and have them grouped into certain areas. You know, gun games over by gun games. Sit-down riding games next to sit-down riding games. Personally, stuff I loved on Friday when we came in, and all the little tags where each and every machine you were going to put. It's those little touches that make your lives a lot easier.
Yeah.
I always say the problem is that do what you can when you have time, because when we hit the floor, time is at a premium.
Yep.
So
Yep.
anything you can do ahead of time.
Yeah, again, I'm sure you live in the same boat. I always joke to all the people I meet at this con. I'm like, yeah, I'm a gamer, but we spend like 80-90% fixing or putting stuff together, and then like 10 to 20% playing, And then usually that's to test a game after you fix it to see if it works again. So like, oh yeah, So again, you guys have a phenomenal lineup here. Again, everything looks beautiful. Really, really glad. Again, there's going to be plenty of coverage of the show floor that you're missing out if you're not here.
Yeah. All right. So, Brian, your favorite game here?
Robotron.
Oh,
That is the
Old school.
cleanest Robotron I think I've ever seen in my life.
really?
I mean, the sticks even feel factory fresh. I mean, when you hear an arcade, if you need to, emulate that experience of this ambient noise of an arcade, no game delivers it better than Robotron. Like that game, just know whether it's on an Atari 7800 or on the actual cab or on a Arcade Legends cab, that sound is classic vintage arcade.
Yeah.
And you might have a little extra room in the truck.
Putting that out there.
Maybe.
Yeah, put it out in the universe and see what happens, right?
Yeah, I might have made space in the back of the pickup.
Favorite game? Oh my, that's hard. You know what? I gotta give a shout out to Retro Raccoons, which is a newer game. Very few of them. One of our members, Mike Bear, one of the founding members, Mike Bear, brought it, and it's if you haven't checked it out, please do. It's a game that has cup holders, and you can't start the game unless there's a drink in the cup holder. Yes, and they're like, it's actually a lot like
Genius.
Mario
Oh, wait.
Party. It's like mini games.
I'm
you
in
have to play
love.
Together, it's really
okay.
Cool. It's very
that
cool.
is absolutely brilliant.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, we are definitely checking that one out and get some footage. of that.
Out on the floor again. It is one that I own, but it's a game I absolutely adore. It's the Dungeons and Dragons beat 'em up. Yeah. So it's just peak Capcom 90s. Like, chef's kiss, can do no wrong.
All right, Travis, I'm gonna let you guess mine because you know what it is.
I don't know what it is.
House of the Dead. It's always House of the Dead.
You're two. I was like, it's 3 though. I know you're a big 2 fan.
I know.
I wasn't sure specific.
3. I gotta say, 3 is hard as fudge, dude. Jesus.
A little less corny.
And we have
A lot
House of
less
the Dead
corny.
1. We have House of the Dead 1.
Oh, yeah, no, I
over
played
there,
that too.
But 2 is the best, and I'm sorry. Next year.
No, 2
I promise.
is the best. 3 is unbelievably hard. No, when I said House of the Dead, I mean House of the Dead. Yeah, that is my jam all the way. Okay, so all right, guys. So cannot say enough good things about this. You guys.
Yeah. Again, we were here last year. Thank you so much for having us back. Again, it's really cool to see. Again, the energy on the floor is great. Again, it's obviously moving in the right direction. Again, you have great staff on hand to curate an awesome museum, curate an awesome arcade, vendor hall, music. Like,
I was going to say we didn't even talk about the amazing music this week.
I have another interview. So
All right.
Again, this show again it is a great all-encompassing one.
Yeah, we've already had Gunderslam and Owlbear do interviews last night as well. talking about what an amazing event this is for them, to get out and do live music like
Yeah.
this.
Yeah, I mean, it really is. It's 3 days, but it really is a year's worth of planning and development and refining. And it's a volunteer team, and they give up their evenings. About halfway through the year, we start doing bi-weekly team lead meetings, and then about third quarter, we start into weekly team meetings once a week in the evening. And if you don't do it, if you're not engaging in that stuff, then you're missing stuff. And that's how we managed to put this on, is that we are consistently sitting down, really poking at it and be like, this seems like a great idea, but is it? And you never really know what's going to pop up until you sit down and you have those conversations. And like, somebody might think, I have this phenomenal idea, but then it doesn't survive like the stress test of like evaluation across the team. And it could be somebody who doesn't even have that area of expertise in the show, but they just kind of like think outside of the box because of that, and they suggest something that totally changes the way we handle something or the way we lay something out or whatever, and it continues to make a better product. I mean, the GM at the show here, we had 2 great pieces of feedback that I absolutely love, and we've gotten a lot of great feedback this weekend. One was like a show operations feedback was from the GM of this venue. He's like, obviously you see lots of shows come through this venue. Nobody runs a front of house as smooth as you guys do. And I can't take credit for that. It's the team has, said, hey, we need this. So we made investments in technology to allow us not to wait for people to come up to the ticket booth to buy a badge. They can be doing it in line, and our team will come and confirm.
Yeah, you told me about that. That is brilliant. So they literally
Yeah.
walk. So we do, again, a lot of these shows, and you'll have that line. That is a bit of a buzzkill for people.
Yeah.
They're all excited for the show, and then they spend an hour in line.
Yeah.
The fact you guys go out and go, yep, you got your ticket, here you go, give them their badge, and they're ready to go in.
Yeah.
So they literally send people out with tablets to walk the line. That is brilliance.
Yeah.
It makes that experience, that right from the get-go experience when I get to this event.
Yeah.
You're taken care of. Yeah.
Well, and it changes you from being in a line to buy into a line to ride.
Yeah.
And so it's like, wait, I don't have to get out of line again to get back into a line just to enter the building. Like, oh, this is amazing. And our system on our back end for buying badges is the same for our system for buying them at the window. So you're not like, there's no confusion. Just you're in line, go on your phone, buy your badge, and we'll confirm you right now. The other piece of great feedback we got was actually from Brian F. Collin, who I met for the first time this
man.
weekend.
Wonderful, legendary man.
Yeah, legendary
he told
man.
you, and I'll let you relay this because he said it to you.
He said to one of the guys, the pack guys, I was nearby, but I heard it. But Brian came in and somebody had told him he hadn't made his way from the vendor hall and the guest area back over here yet. And somebody said, oh, they got a couple of your games back there. They got a little arcade or something. And he walked through the door where the arcade is, and he was like, this is not a little arcade. And he said, I talked to him today, and he said, thank you so much for having a Rampage and an Arch Rivals cabinet here. And he put some things on him saying, like, come meet the guy that made these games. But he said, you know what, guys, I go to a lot of these shows, and very few, if any, have what you guys are doing.
Okay, and Brian's not kidding. When he says he does a
Lot of
couple of
shows.
shows,
He does a lot of.
we cross paths
He's
with
from
him.
Illinois, so
Right,
we get
so
our
we
stomping grounds.
he's in
we
our
see him
stomping
all-
grounds. We see him on all these shows. So when he says that, he
means it. Yeah.
Yeah, he means it.
We can clap.
It was a great compliment. It was a great
Wow,
compliment.
that is a big
So,
compliment.
and again, I really want to thank you guys specifically, and again, your staff. Again, they do a wonderful job at being attentive, and again, really improving. Again, the additions from last year have just been phenomenal. Again, the energy seems really positive. People are having a good time, and that's really makes all the hard work worth it, right? Is again, at the end of the day, you put this all together, and you see people hanging out together, gaming together, having family share moments. Like that's priceless.
Well, and so many of the families that are here are our friends and families. And like I see guys that I work with walk in, they work hard jobs, and they get to bring their kid in here and share a piece of their childhood with them. And they're just like, this is awesome, dude. And I know it's the same for you. Like I've met a bunch of the Pack families that have come in, and That's really what it's about at the end of the day. We're obviously not going to know everybody that comes in here, but we're going to know somebody. And because we're going to know somebody who comes in here, whether it be an attendee or a contributor or an exhibitor, we want to treat them the way we want our family and friends to be treated at an event. We want them to be treated with dignity, respect, and care, and that we value and appreciate their time and support coming to an event like this. We know that it's not easy taking a family out, and we want the best product we possibly can.
Well,
We're
there's
kindred
no
spirits on that one, so
Yeah,
thank
I
you.
was gonna say,
Again,
you definitely have the best product. Okay, so Brian, year 5. How about shout out the dates for year 6?
Oh man, yeah. So we have them already. It's October 2nd, 3rd, and 4th of 2026.
All right. So it's late on. You probably aren't going to get here today. So mark those dates on your calendar and make sure you're here next year. Again, we cannot say enough good things about this. We have been all over the United States doing shows. We've been to Canada doing shows. This has fast become one of our favorites on so many levels. Just like we talked about, the curation of the games, the console gaming, the music, the vendor area.
very well brewed beer specifically for the event.
That too.
Oh,
The
Burger
way-
Brewing killed it.
Oh yeah, he certainly did. Got to watch the segment with Burger Brewing on this one. The way you guys run this, the care and effort you put into it, it does not go unnoticed by your guests, by your vendors, by your exhibitors. It's absolutely brilliant. I cannot say enough good things about you guys.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Cheers.
Cheers.
All
Welcome
right,
to
so guys,
PGX.
yeah, we are at PGX 2025. I think we may have 1 or 2 more interviews left today, and we will be done. Sorry if you weren't here this weekend. That's on you. Make it next year, though. All right, stop by, say hi, guys. We are Guys, Games, and Beer. We will see you later.